My name is Jeff Rolka. I want to thank you for checking out my video. I had a request, and it was a request that I was rather excited to receive, about doing some videos on getting home studios for vocalists going. And most of my videos are about singing, and they've got scales and exercises, but I have to admit I love talking about gear. And so when this request came through, I decided to go, I wanted to go for it. So we're gonna go for it. This is a home recording primer video, and we're gonna talk about hidden costs. And I'm gonna cover 3 basic items. I wanna state unequivocally, if that's even a word, unequivocally, something like that, unequivocally. I wanna state absolutely that I have no sponsorships, endorsements, or anything like that from any of the manufacturers of the equipment or things that I'm going to mention in this video. I have purchased these things over the years with my own hard-earned money. My only patrons are you. If you choose to make contributions, if you join my Patreon page, if you take a lesson or 2 with me or hire me for something else, that's how I do all this. I don't have endorsements or anything like that, at least as of the shooting of this video. So 3 hidden costs. Almost forgot. Thank you if you've chosen to subscribe. If you haven't yet, I hope that you will consider doing so now and then subsequently choose to subscribe. It's right down there. Click on that and the bell and we're all set. Finally, if you do want to support the channel, there's a bunch of stuff on that in the description. Now, 3 things, hidden studio costs. Number 1, headphones. Thing with headphones, and the reason why I mention these first is because, I'll get this out of there, there we go. These can be kind of expensive. Now, a little bit of looking around on the internet, and you'll find that you can choose to pay almost as much as you want for a pair of headphones. I would suggest to you that that is not entirely necessary. These, again, I bought these myself. I have 0 endorsements. These are Sony MDR 7506s. And you'll find these in just about every studio, every pro studio that you walk into will have at least several pairs of these. They work really well in terms of isolating sound. They are circumnaural, which means they go over the ear entirely. So you'll be reasonably isolated in them. As a vocalist, they tend to stay on your head pretty well, even when you flip one off the ear. So like when I sing in the studio, I'll have one on and one off. And they stay on reasonably well. Hidden cost number 2, microphone stands. This is a K&M microphone stand. Allow me to have taken the fall for you on this one. When I first started to acquire equipment for my studio, I needed to be able to do an entire band rather quickly. And so I didn't buy microphone stands that are nearly as nice as this. I think I got like a deal on 10 of them or something like that for not a lot of money. I think it was maybe just a little bit less than $100. Which, if you do the math, is ridiculously little money for a microphone stand. And they were entirely worth that little bit of money. They were terrible stands. They're constantly slipping. At least 3 of them fell apart in rather short order. In other words, you pay for what you get in terms of microphone stands. So the K&M mic stands are a little bit more expensive than you might pay for your average microphone stand. But I've had these now for a couple years and they have really stood the test of time. They show virtually no sign of wear. All of the gaskets and the mechanisms by which you cinch them down with are still working as good as the day that I got them. And so I feel really comfortable, if not getting a K&M stand, just knowing that if you invest a little bit, it will more than make up for it in how long you are able to keep that microphone stand in serviceable condition. Just the same though, microphone stands, you know, 40, 50, 60 bucks, especially if you need a boom, which I would recommend. That can add up really quickly if you need 2 or 3 of them. There's one of those hidden costs that before you know it, you've got a couple $100s in microphone stands that you need to buy. Lastly, cables. Now this happens to be a microphone cable. And generally speaking, you're going to pay at least about $1 a foot, and then a little bit more for high quality microphone cables. Typically at some point, if you need really, really short ones, you're still going to pay $10 or $15, even if it's only 1.5 feet or 3 feet long, to get a really high quality microphone cable. Actually, now that I think about it, it seems like most microphone cables, anywhere in that area of 10 feet to 20 to 25 feet, are going to run you between $20 and $30 some to get a really good cable. Thing is, though, is that this is what's connecting your microphone to your interface, which then goes to your digital audio workstation. If this has any kind of flaws in it, if it doesn't have proper insulation, if it's just the solder connections are poorly done or weak, then it's prone to break sooner than later, and you're going to end up, best case scenario, you're just going to have to get another cable or fix it. Worst case scenario, if you're in a session where you're working for a client, or even if you've set aside and you only have a certain amount of time for yourself, you're going to lose that time that you could have been recording, and that's really, really valuable time. So I would highly recommend spending a little bit extra money on your microphone cables to make sure that your connections are all solid. Additionally, there are companies out there that have guarantees on their microphone cables. Some are limited, some are unconditional, some are for the lifetime of the product. It pays to read the fine print in this realm. But if you spend a little bit more on the mic cable and it has a really, really rock solid guarantee, then you're not just making an investment at that time, but you're also covering yourself into the future. So it's tempting to get cheaper microphone cables, and there are those that are out there, but I would recommend that you spend a little bit extra money and get some really high quality cables so that your recordings are as uninterrupted as they could possibly be, and you get the most satisfaction and ease out of your process. I really hope that helps. My name's Jeff. I'm going to be doing these videos frequently on vocalists and getting their recording studios together. If you have any questions, please use the comments or find me on Twitter. Thanks so much for watching. Take really good care of your voices, enjoy singing, and hopefully we'll see you again. Bye.